10.
Yes.
Hey.
Hi.
Welcome to another episode of Around the Way Curls. It is September 1st. Fall is upon us. I cannot believe it. What's your favorite season, Internet? I actually don't know.
I don't really have
What?
one. I don't. I mean, fall, I just never know what to wear, but I like the weather. But I'm always like, I don't layer well. So fall gives me anxiety, but that's my favorite weather if I knew how to dress, if I'm being honest. I do not I put one thing on. In terms of dressing, it's summer. Sundress and I'm out.
Yeah.
And clothes give me a lot of anxiety. What to put
I
on
feel
my
like
body and how to
summer
present.
is your season.
Yeah, I love summer.
I feel like summer to fall is the best transition though. That's like plastic off the sofa into Virgo's groove kind of transition. It's exciting and beautiful. So is it charging?
Go ahead. Keep going. It's fine.
I love it. I love it. Your birthday's coming up. And
Not really. I mean, it's October.
It's right around the corner, child. That should sneak up right on you. But you were mentioning going somewhere. What about Toronto? Have you ever been to Toronto?
No, I have not. I want to go somewhere very warm.
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
None of these ideas worked then. I thought you said Chicago.
I did to like play around with the people that you met. It was like a passing thing. I mean, we could, but I wouldn't want to just go.
You try and go to a resort and a beach and like feel the sun.
I haven't been in a body of water all year, sadly. So I'm like, and I did not do like a summer kind of thing at all this summer. Like what? I just been on the go this summer. There was no. Like what did I do for the summer?
What did anybody
do anything?
Beyonce, that was it.
Yeah, that was it. So there was no beach, there was no sand, there was nothing. There was just work, and I've been inside so much that I need to feel the sun. So pale.
Well, I'm excited to hear what you come up with. Then you should go to.
Tulum. So you can't. That's the sad part. I'm not going to fucking Tulum. So.
Why you get that energy? Tulum. What Tulum did to you? That's the Black excellence destination.
When we had our girls trip, and I had all of I'm like Caraco, Costa Rica. This place.
We're going to Tulum.
Where the niggas on Tulum? I was so irritated. Like,
where the dope boys at? We going to Tulum.
Y'all were so annoying. And I'm like, it wasn't even no black men in Tulum either. What? I might go to
we didn't interact with anybody in terms of like linking up with folks.
We interacted with that one guy that you knew.
Shout out to Juice. Black Tulum, follow him. He got us a
yacht joint.
A yacht. Ain't nobody even say thank you to Juice. That's a shame.
Yeah, I said thank you many times. That's why he was in love with me. That's why Juice was like,
he was in love with Jasmine.
He was in love with Jasmine, and I was like
a fangirl. He was crazy over Jasmine.
He was so disgusted with us because we weren't turning up the way that he was used to. He was like, "What are y'all doing?" We were like, "We're lounging." What do you mean? He was like, "Y'all not taking shots? Y'all not twerking?" We were like, "No."
And then when we did twerk, it was terrible. You about the only one to know how to twerk. So he was like, "Wow, it wasn't enough. It wasn't given."
It was not what he thought. He thought he was about to party with Jasmine Sullivan and her friends. Do you hear Blue right now? Going crazy. Can you hear it at all?
Mm-mm.
I got her new toys and I laid them out and she's loving them. She's running back and forth like a monster.
She's finding her youth again. It's just her second childhood. Shout out to Blue.
I know. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about how I am because it would be too long of a conversation, and we have a bit of time restraints this episode. So I'm fine. Not really, but I'm fine. You know how that is. I'm fine. We'll talk about it next time. Hopefully I'm not still feeling the way I'm feeling. But I'm all right. Ain't nothing new. I'm just scared about the future, and it ain't here yet. What's new? We have some voicemails that I would like to get into though, because we didn't do voicemails last week because Shanti was gone. So give me 1 second while I prepare them. Oh, here we go. Ready, set, go. Fuck. This shit never works. And I had it all set up. It's connected. It makes me so mad. It really does. Hold on 1 second. Just work, please, God. It says connected. Now, come on. I hear it.
Call in.
Okay, ready? Ready? Can you put the time? All right, set. Thanks, Sheila. Go.
Hey, Shanti and Antoinette. I am normally not a person that calls in. I just like to listen from afar. But you know, the episode that you dropped today, it got me in the first 30 seconds. And I'm gonna make this very brief. As Shanti talked about, you cannot have it all as a woman or do it all as a woman. I'm here to let you know. As I sit in my vehicle while my son is in tutoring eating Chick-fil-A, I also have not cooked a meal in God knows how long. Let me tell you something. Sis is tired. Sis is me. And I'm sure the collective is tired as well. I'm a single mother. There's no way we can have it all, although we can, duality. I'm tired. From running the children back to school to working 40 hours a week, if not more, to sports, to studying for PMPs, and all of the things that involve corporate, your daily lives, your extracurricular activities for yourself, being a friend. It is a lot, and I'm tired. Sis, I'm tired, and I feel you. And that's really all that I wanted to say and reflect on as I sit here, and I'm going to enjoy the rest of my Chick-fil-A because I'm tired. I don't feel like cooking again. I hope this voicemail finds you queens well. And that's all that I have. You all have a blessed week.
I'm surprised at how much that resonated with people. That was a pleasant, or maybe not so pleasant, surprise to realize how all of us are struggling in some way and trying to compare or trying to keep it all the fuck together. So shout out to everybody trying to keep it the fuck together. Kids or no kids, married, single. It's hard out here for a pimp.
You got to do an episode on that, I think, because that was just your update and people went ham over that. So sadly, it's a lot of people feeling that way. There was one person who said you can have it all, just not all at the same time. And I was like,
well, that ain't all then.
Okay, next voicemail.
Hey, this is Brianna, and I'm calling because I'm listening to you guys' last episode with Antoinette and Amanda because Tati is doing big things that she was scared to do, and Antoinette hyped her up to make her feel like she was adequate and she deserves the great things that she has coming to her. And then this episode, Antoinette just basically, I don't know, she needed herself to say those things to her, and it makes me so sad because I feel the way that Antoinette feels. I'm sorry. I feel that way where I'm like, okay, I feel like I'm an artist. I do art every day. I don't sell. I mean, I would love to sell art. Like, I would love for people to buy my art, but they aren't currently buying it. So I don't personally feel like an artist. Like, I feel like, oh yeah, I do art. I mean, like, I do artsy stuff, but am I an artist? And like, in my heart of hearts, yeah. But like also I'm scared to do that. Like when you do it scared, I just like I don't really know what that means or how it's supposed to feel or like who am I supposed to be? Because I feel like I'm supposed to be this person where I work on my art and I do my art and I'm like this great person, this great artist, and I'm happy with everything that I create, but I just don't see how I get there. And that's what I hear from you, Antoinette. I don't hear, like, I hear you basically say, I don't see how I get there. And I want you to know that you're not the only person who feels like that. And I don't know, it's comforting and it's also not. Like, I feel comforted by the fact that you're scared and that you don't know what's going on. And I also feel sad that you said all those nice things about Shanti and you're not saying them to yourself. Yeah, I don't know. I want the best for both of you, and I hope that you all are doing great things because you're great people, and this podcast is great. And sing your little hearts out because, duh, it makes you feel good. Love you. Bye.
I don't know that I can respond to that fully right now because I was connected to my update and yeah, we don't have a whole lot of time to go into it, but I appreciate you. And I don't even know that I know how I'm feeling. I'm feeling things, but I don't know that I know how to articulate them or if I even want to because it feels like the same old shit. But I love the fact that you said that it's comforting but not comforting. That's the realest shit ever. It's like, oh, somebody to relate to, but also I still feel like this and this doesn't feel good. So yeah, I mean, it's all life choices, right? It's all, I don't know. I actually don't know, but I hear y'all. You're not the only person that said, wow, what if you talk to yourself like you talk to Shanti and your friends? And I was like, for real? So I don't know. I don't know what that looks like, but I'm in a place where my update was gonna be around. I had a breakdown in the middle of the night this week because I just was like, what if the rest of my life feels like this? And I didn't like how it felt and was terrified by it. It was like, oh my God. And I just feel a lot of pressure. I feel a lot of pressure to do things, to be something, and to utilize gifts and to also have it all. And then I don't feel always like I can express how hard it is because I'm not a mom or there's certain privileges that I do have. So I should just shut up and figure it out. So it's just a bunch of frustration on my end. And if I'm being honest, I am not enjoying my life the way that I know I want to be. And that's a hard thing to say out loud. But if I were to sit day to day, if my life had to be like this for the rest of my life, I don't think I would continue this.
What do you want your life to be like?
Girl, I don't know, but it ain't this. This is a very lonely, a very work-driven, I have deadlines for everything. It's just constant. It's just constant work. There isn't a whole lot of room for play. There isn't a whole lot of room for companionship. There isn't a whole lot of room for friendship. There isn't a whole lot of room for exploration and discovery. If I am doing any of that, it's research for the podcast. It's not to do it. And so, and it's not the podcast. The podcast is probably the one thing that makes me feel really good and excited that I love to do. It's a lot of work and it's a labor of love, but it's hard. And then on top of all the other bullshit, with work, with bills, with wanting to do certain things, but needing to make the right decision around finances, around money, and being responsible. It's hard. Y'all be thinking I'm lying when I'm like, I can't wait to split a bill. Because, anyway, it's not a new conversation, and I'm sick of hearing myself say it.
Oh, you shouldn't say that.
So
That's dismissive of yourself. Why? People.
I'm being honest with what I'm being honest with how I feel. What I feel. I'm sick of hearing myself say it. I don't want this to be a pity party for me. Make a fucking decision. Move home then, girl, and save some coins. I don't know what to tell you. Like, something needs to happen that's drastic. And I don't know what that is, and I don't know that I have the courage to do whatever that is, because I don't have space for a whole lot of anything that's not tied to work or tied to obligation. So that's that. And yeah, and the episode with Amanda, you didn't listen to it, but yeah, that's why I'm so fucking proud of her, because I know what it is to have a gift that you love and to just not have space for it. So, next voicemail. Okay.
Hello, Antoinette and Shanti. My name is Paven. I'm calling you guys from Atlanta. I'm a long-time listener, but I still feel like I have so many holes and questions. I usually take notes while I'm listening to you guys' podcast because you truly make me like question and just think about things so deeper. And so I'm just going to read off with a little note so we can keep this under those 30 minutes, all right? Internet, I feel like, and obviously I can be wrong, but like the church and community you're looking for, I feel like you have like created it alongside with Shanti. Like people are calling, crying, people, so you know we're at home crying. If we're calling crying, like at our desks, in the car, in the shower, girl, like we're having revelations because of you. Like as somebody who does not subscribe to any religion, like y'all are like my preacher, pastor, you know, whatever. All right, next bullet point. I think like when we think about like the baboons or the gorilla studies, like I think the most unnatural thing about like our society and like how they relate to us is like the harm that's caused is so unnatural. Like we have the resources, the made up money, like we could fix so many things for each other. So it's not just like the earth is doing things, it's like we're causing harm against each other. And that's where I think we like the biggest difference is from us and like the primates. Shanti, when you started mentioning like the inner life issues to internet, we were talking about how like money can solve problems, but you can still be miserable. I was like, wow, she is really woo woo. And honestly, you lost me there as a 9-to-5 corporate girly. You lost me. I get what you're saying, but like I just truly could not receive it or subscribe to it. I struggle with that. I so want to, but I struggle with it. Internet, you being such like a research and fact-based perfect person, it used to honestly like really annoy me because I'd be like, how can she not just, you know, just talk and feel confident? But then I realized like I was projecting. Like I am that same way. I have Virgo rising. And yeah, and I'm just like, wow, can we project on people we don't even know? I think so. I think sometimes the things we hate and other people are like the things we have in ourselves. But I've just totally reconciled with that now. And one question, what are you guys' big three zodiac wise, like sun, moon, rising? I'm sure you've mentioned it, but we just love a refresher. Thank you guys so much. Just love the show, you know, all the good things. Keep doing what you're doing, as people love to say. Oh, yes. And I just need y'all to know that, like, I say unwell all the time. It's going to be my toddler. Like, soon he's going to also start saying it. I just would love a mug that says unwell or like a journal that says tricky, you know? Thank you. Bye-bye.
Not merch recommendations.
That's perfect. Thank you, sis. We got to put unwell on the isms. I don't know if that made it. That was a lot. What she say?
I forgot what she said.
She took notes. All right, wait. The first note was about what? Hold on. See? No, the church thing. We are not a church.
Girl, yes, we are. We a cult. Come follow us. We
No.
wearing velour. We bringing back fucking Rock Nation velour sweatsuits. Okay, that's what I
Rock
want.
Nation.
Not
See?
Rock Nation. Rockaware. Child. What was the big Sean John velour sweatsuits? Is what
It
we're
was
wearing at
Baby
our cult.
Fat, Sean John, and Rockaware.
I would rather be
I
a
wanted the
Rockaware.
Rockaware.
Yeah,
Baby blue suit, white Nike.
That's what we're gonna have, and white Nikes, and part in the middle, slick back red lip, gold hoop, 3 bangles. That's the cult. Bamboo hoops. We in this gang.
But thank you for those kind words. But no, please, we're not. I mean, hopefully we're leading folks to something. The baboons, listen. I don't know what I was on that episode, but that YouTube really affected me, and I should link the YouTube because it was upsetting. And you said that it was unnatural, but that's my whole point. I think the harm is natural because the animals are naturally harming each other as well. Tricky. And then she said, what's she talking about? Then she said, Shanti, you lost her. You lost her with the money.
I don't know what you even talk about, girl. So welcome to my life. I don't know what you what I say.
Okay. Why would Jade just text me saying Dustin wants to go to Long Island to shop for his home goods? She just want my car. She thinks she's slick. Okay. And then she said, what are our risings? What are our 3 major thingamajigs? I think mine is wrong.
Yeah, yours is wrong. I think your rising is Aries.
Right. I don't have the time right. I think Aquarius. It's Aries too because I did a different one, a different time, and it was Aries.
I think
that makes more sense.
Yeah.
So what's mine? You know, I don't know.
Antoinette's is Libra Sun, Cancer Moon, Aries rising, which
Venus is in Scorpio.
Venus is Scorpio. She's unwell as well. Mine is Sag Sun, Gemini Moon, Aquarius rising with the Venus in Scorpio, which is just
that's why you get spanked. So wait, explain this to me. Explain to the people, what's the sun?
So your sun sign is how you show up in the world.
Okay.
Your moon is your inner dialogue, how you process shit. And then your rising is how you appear to other people, how you appear to other people. So,
and then your Venus is what?
The Venus is how you love. And different signs have the planets have how your sign shows up in the planets. They have placements that are like, oh, that's a good placement for it, and then they have placements that are bad. Having your Venus in Scorpio is a hard placement. It's not like, oh, that fits in like a puzzle and that makes sense. That's a hard, people often have difficulty with that. I also have my Venus in like arguing or like how you communicate, how you fight is in Pisces. Terrible.
When you fight, you're
oh, it's not true. It's terrible. That is a no, you just have a Cancer moon. So maybe you think, I don't know.
See,
you and me fighting is interesting. You and me fighting is interesting. Or how we perceive each other and fighting it's more than that. It's how we perceive each other. Because I'm like, girl, I'm not even bucking up. And you're like, why are you getting so hype? And I'm like, what?
You know what? You should ask Amanda about that because Amanda has recently said to me, when Shanti like pushes back, it's really aggressive, right? And I was like, she don't see it. She was like, she's just like real cold, I think you guys are used short and like but it comes out of nowhere. It really does when you're like, because when it just feels like all of a sudden you just have this boundary. It's like, whoa, like we weren't even. It just feels. I
think because I'm normally I don't have that. Normally I don't have it. People are like, I'm normally carefree. Oh, Shanti's cool, but
there's no in between.
Well, I don't know what to say.
And then it's that, and then it's real. Like, well, you gonna take it or you not? It's what it is.
It's hard over here. It's not the easy composition. I will say that.
Let's take a break.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Just don't feel like you've been giving that your all. I was really looking forward to. You should listen to the episodes. That's why everybody like, oh, because every episode I was like, I really miss Shanti. At least the
Now
first
you
10
like,
minutes.
girl, why is she back? Oh
Now I'm like,
God,
this bitch
I
getting on my
messed
nerves.
up. I was confused. I
This
take it
bitch-
back.
I'm so sorry. I have to buy a new charger and go to Apple to figure out if it's the charger. Please, I'm praying it's my chargers. Maybe there was like an issue with the electricity in here or something. Because if it's the computer, tears. It can't be the computer. Anyway.
Well, all right.
That's
all
my
right.
work face.
And so we're back. So on my trip away, I was around a lot of different types of people, and I felt myself, it's really interesting. I felt myself falling into this like grind mode, like Puff Daddy energy of like, oh, we gotta go get it, like, you know,
Big Harlem energy.
Yeah, like we gotta go get this shit. You gotta every day. You gotta who you around. You gotta wake up and know who the fuck. Da 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 da. Da. And also feeling really inspired by and just observing the different types of people that I was socializing with while away, and it came up this idea of the 5 closest people around you mirror you and may affect 95% of your success in life.
Who said
and
that?
And that really, I don't know, some nigga, some scientist, some social
this isn't
scientist.
Somebody at the thing.
No.
Okay.
This is like, you've heard that before. The 5 closest people.
No, I've never.
You've never heard that?
Mm-mm.
Who you birds of a feather flock together.
Oh, yes,
You are who you socialize with. That's why you got to be with niggas that got LLCs and are grinding and are helping each other out. And I was like feeling really caught up in that energy of like, who the fuck I can't be wasting my time with people that ain't offering me nothing in my life, that ain't helping me level up. I got real weird on myself, and I sat back. And I think there's a lot of truth in this, and there's a lot of power in this recognition. But I just kind of wanted to unpack that with you. Most importantly, I think I feel that for me, it was interesting for me when I had to sit with the five. I was like, 5, that is, it's a lot. 5 people that you are in relationship with daily, like in deep relationship with daily. And it made me sad for myself a little bit and how isolated I actually am. And how
I just got sad. I was like, I'm not in deep relationship with 5 people daily.
Well, maybe we have to, you're not, I feel like it's so interesting. Feel when I thought about this, I felt like you are such a beautiful example of the power of your friendliness and your openness and your ability to make friends. You and I differ in that way. I think when people first meet us, I may be the one that's a little more open and curious and like bantering with folks.
You're very good with conversation. Yes.
But I'm actually dead inside. Whereas you're a slow boil, but once you like the person, you're in and like you're invested in creating and often do create friendships. And I don't do that. I do not do that. It's very rare that I do that.
You're pursued, yes.
I'm liked, but I also like have a block and like I just don't, which made me really sad. And I'm wondering how, if we were to look at both of our lives and what has happened, let's even say in the past 5 years, I think a lot of your success, but again, that's something that we have to unpack. What is success? But I feel like a lot is credited to your ability to find people that you vibe with and then keep them close to you. Maybe it's not a daily, like I'm talking it, checking in, but it's like you're my people and I fuck with you. And what ends up happening is I've seen have created so many opportunities on a material level which has affected you on a financial level, to build. You're building a community, you're working, you out here with people, you know, people in a, like all levels of life, doing all types of shit. So I'll just say that. But there's lots of, when I sit back and I look at the people that I have closest to me, and I think about how they've affected me and who I am, I feel like it's both scary, similar to what that person, the caller said, it's really exciting, but also really scary of how much power the choice and who we have close to us, how powerful that is, and how I don't put enough thought or intention or work into it. Very, very lackadaisical about it versus like
really I
reflecting
people that I want in my life.
And I think you're strategic in a way that's not, in a way that I don't think is no, I don't think it's what's the word, exploitive or opportunistic, or rather the ways in which you're opportunistic doesn't feel disingenuous either, or like you're taking advantage of people. But I watch you and you are like, this person is doing something that I admire, that I want to know how to do. Also, I fuck with them. Boom. Let's build.
Okay.
So I would just start with, and I don't think I can actually, I've been thinking about this and I'm like,
you
when it comes
you
up.
gotta go first. So.
The 5 closest people to me that I would say I am in relationship with daily, talking to, and it's shifts.
JoJo.
But I was late. As of late is JoJo.
Yeah.
Is you. It was Rashid, but not anymore. It's it's my mom. Ooh. It's Shahid.
I love that. That's 5. I love that that's Shahid.
Rashid's not on there.
Oh, that's 4.
It's Shahid. Okay.
Not you and Shahid being best friends. Shout out to you. You know who you are.
Shout out to Shahid. And girl, that's another thing that kind of choked me up. I was like, girl, who you fucking with? Who's you giving your time and your energy to?
Who's working at Sable? Who are you constant in communication with at Sable?
Get that? This is true. My not really. Nope, not really. Not really. It's not like a daily thing.
Heart, girl.
I think it's just opening up my third eye to recognize that this is a part of my evolution and power. What about you?
The daily thing threw me off because I was like, I don't talk to nobody daily.
Yes,
but
you do.
And my mom.
Yes, you do.
I bother y'all daily. I would say you, my mom, Mandy's crazy tail ass. Because something that she's going to do is keep up with her friends. She's so fucking good at that. Like, I'll think about her and I'll be like, oh, I miss her. But she'll call. Like, you send Mandy a meme, she like, call
Not Mandy beating you at connection. That must be a super connector then.
Oh my God. Mandy is so good at it. She just like, you're going to know that you're on her mind. Unless she's like wildly busy, and even then she'll tell you like, girl, I'm recording 15,000 episodes. And then when she's back, she's calling you at 9 a.m. or 8. It's annoying. So you, Mandy, my mom, daily communication or like close to it. Black. Oh God, Black.
Uh-huh.
Black. Not as much though, because he be playing. He be acting like he's so busy arting. Curse him out. And the other one, the 5th one rotates. It depends.
Yes, sometimes I concur. But actually, I don't have a 5th. I don't have.
Sometimes it's It's not Jade really as of late. Sometimes it's Jade. It depends on what we're doing. Sometimes it's Jade. Sometimes it's Angie. Sometimes it's even Tina. Sometimes it's, but like there's, people have lives going on, so it's hard. Or even Amanda. But that fifth one rotates. It depends on like what's happening that week. Or Jasmine is not somebody that you talk to every day, but when you see her, Jasmine's somebody I meme with every day. Okay, that's true. Every day we got our own private joint where we're sending clothes, we're sending all kinds of stuff, but there's no real communication. It's like that's how you know she all right. So
how do these people compare to the person you are and who you would like to be?
My mom is all my fear. She's also all of my thoughtfulness and care. That comes straight from Judy. She is such a fucking thoughtful person. She's also my tongue. When I'm not happy, I'm better at it than her, but when I do want to pop off, that's Judy. Mandy I'm super inspired by Mandy in so many ways, not just work, but like how she lives her life, how she is who she is, her courage, how she does connect with her friends and how carefree she can be. She's such a delight to be around.
Shout out to Mandy.
She is. She's just like, you're around her and you think that like looking on social media, you're going to get this, you might get this like very polarizing person, but she's just like smiling in your face and giddy. And it's a delight. So she really inspires that. And then her business savvy is just like, she's not for play. And that's really inspiring to me. Black, God, Black is like, I don't even know. Black is just brilliant. I'm inspired by him with his art. He's a master. He's masterful. His reflection of me, though, is that he doesn't share his art. He hoards it. He's terrified of putting it out in the world because it could be corrupted. And he says that, so I'm not telling his business. But he's just, his connection with God really inspires me. His and his ability to like, he's detached but attached. Like he lives in the present moment very much. And he gives you his all in that moment. And when that moment is gone, he's off to the next thing, living presently there. And he's like not attached to this life form, not attached to like, it's very interesting how he's very much like, I could go tomorrow. So I hope that we spent our time fully together. It's just like, what? But he's just inspiring. Who else I say? The one that rotates?
Yeah. Me.
Oh, you. You inspire me to just fucking think differently. You inspire me to have a lot of courage. Even though I don't think that you realize that you have this courage, but that's the main I look at you and I'm like, damn, I want to be courageous in that way. And I really want to be curious about things the way that you're curious about them. I research stuff to know. So to know it and to have a very clear understanding of it and to be able to speak and very informed about it. And you go into something like, oh, I want to know more and have more questions at the end of this and like see where it takes me. And I'm just like, no, I need to know so I can always back up my opinion. And it's very interesting how you're like, yeah, I'm curious about life. I want to live. And I've been inspired to see how you have just not, even as much as I've pushed you, won't conform to certain bullshit. You just won't do it. You're just like, nope. I am a square and you're trying to fit me into this circle and I won't go.
Oh my God. I'm going to have to use this audio, Queen. Keep going.
No.
We just got to use this audio.
It never recorded, Shanti?
The card is full.
What about the first one? The first one was fine, right?
Yeah, the first one was fine. I'm not going to go into every single person.
Long-winded.
I think what I'm inviting both of us, the listeners, myself, everybody, to do is to figure out, just like you did, how do these people make you feel that you spend your time with? How do they help you to move towards whatever this idea of success is that you want in life?
Well, I think that's an important thing for you to answer, since you're saying that you're not doing that.
I don't think I put any mind. I don't put any intention behind it. There's not much reflection behind the relationships that I have.
So are your relationships like happenstance then? Are they just like, oh, this person, I have fun with them, or like, oh, this person wants to be my friend and I have fun with them. Okay, cool.
I think, contrary to what people think, I think there's a lot of trust that I need to build in my relationships with people. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of, in order for me to feel open to share, because it's not natural. It's not natural for me to share. So that's, I think, my default. And I think I need to do a better job of, one, being aware of that and really auditing if that is beneficial to my life, or just being like, yeah, is that good for me to be so slow to trust, for me to be so kind of like anti in the beginning, or should I check that and be like, oh, that's actually not serving me? I will say it scares me that not scares me, but I feel scared by how powerful those relationships are that I think are just, which I trivialize in some way.
Talk about that.
That the 5 people closest to you can affect 95% of your success. And so my idea of success, I think we always go to this idea of success being financial, right?
Yeah.
That's one thing, but it's also how you feel about yourself. And to go back to the other caller, who's not, when you talk about your inner world, it's like your inner dialogue of what you think you are capable of, what you think you, how you trust yourself, how you listen to yourself. It's your inner dialogue. And I think it's very real that other people feed that loop that you have. Mm-hmm. And in some relationships in particular, I won't name specifically, I can see how my relationship with them feeds a negative loop, or a shrinking type of loop, and understanding that I have the power to kind of like break that or correct that or limit that feels really exciting to me. Scary, but also exciting. And it also has made me sit back and ask myself, who do I want to be? And I don't think that I've thought that. Like, I've never been like, all right, Shanti. I've also been listening to the audio book Atomic Habits. Girl, I listened to 10 minutes of it. So now I am claiming that I am listening to it. I listened to whole 10 minutes, so let me go on and claim how I'm listen to audiobooks.
I read that a while ago. I need to go back to it.
Oh, I want to get it for you. I was like, Internet needs to read it.
Can you get it for me? Because I read it way too young.
Why don't you read do you want the audio or you want the physical?
No, you know me. It's going to go one ear out the other.
Oh, but what he talks about is, he says that in order to form habits, your foundation can't be.
Tell people so
I don't know the author's name. White nigga. Sorry for saying that. I apologize.
Go ahead. Keep going.
Habits.
I don't think
he talks about how change, you don't build. If you want to lose weight, you can't. If you want to.
You get Ozempic.
The foundation of it can't be, I want to lose. It can't be goal oriented. Like, I want to lose 150 pounds or 10 pounds. It needs to be, I want to be an active athletic person. I want to be a person that is committed to showing up to my health. It's more about who you want to be versus these goals of what you want to do. And I connected that back to my relationships. What kind of person do I want to be? And I haven't answered that question yet, but having that be the groundwork to who you relate with. It's basic, it's so basic, but it blew my mind. I was like, oh my God, I need to really consider this. And the default, it also made me realize my default is always to money. Oh, and that's what I found myself in this loop of like, yo, I gotta be around niggas that are grinding and doing all this shit and doing all this business stuff work. I gotta rub shoulders and figure out how to network, and which all has this value. But to go back to my inner dialogue, is that in conflict with how I want to feel in my body, how I want to build or recognize authentic relationships and connection. And I really do think it's important that we be really aware of how capitalism, who we want to be is our default is how much money we want to make, or status, which is difficult for me to do. Like, how are we measuring value? If you had to name 2 qualities that you want for yourself or who you want to be, what would you say?
Free.
Oh my God. Oh, mic drop. We can end the episode. Nigga. Wow. What a beautiful, that's really beautiful. And I feel like that's just a gorgeous crumb to you following and to you unraveling, you making a space for the life that you want to lead. Wow. Okay. I don't know what that means, but
then why did you just do all that?
What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? Free to so no free deadlines?
I think free, no, that's not realistic. I think free to financial freedom, to feel like the world will not crumble if I don't run around the way that I'm doing. Freedom and love, to not feel scared to express how I feel, whether it's disinterest or interest, or while I'm in a relationship, if I ever get there, to be freed up so that I can just love freely, openly.
And you don't think in the 5 closest relationships that you have now, you're not in practice of these things? Because you're not?
Not fully, no. You think I'm playing? No. I know people probably think that, but absolutely not. No. There's a lot of hiding that has to take place in some of those relationships. There's a lot of untruths that have to exist in order for those relationships. What?
Like how much of our relationship is you hiding?
This is not the episode.
Why?
I don't know. How much of our relationship is me hiding? But I think I can be very much myself with you. I think there's things that I hold close, that I just don't, that aren't.
Mm-hmm. True. That's okay.
That aren't
vice
revealed.
versa. Vice versa.
I'm going to say, definitely say with your ass.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just, you're the closest probably I've gotten to it.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, I think, and maintained it, where I feel like, oh no, I can be me here. There's just, it's not all of me, Shanti. You don't get all of me. And it's not a freedom in exploring and being able to move and travel as I want. Just freedom. I want to feel free. I don't want to feel like a cog. And I don't want to feel afraid of love. And I don't want to feel afraid.
And I guess I heard that in some of your relationships, you get glimpses of that in practice.
Yeah. And glimpses, yeah. But it's nothing, it's me. It's not going to come from a relationship. So that's my thing with success. So I think this success that we're talking about, I found success I think in reaching freedom. For the most part, I can be myself with all of those people that I named. For the most part, there's one on there that no, and I think you can guess. Shout out to her, and I love her, but you just can't do that with your mom all the time. You just can't.
Trying to hide it. Both of us trying to veil our mommy issues in this. I ain't gonna say who it is, but that white woman crazy, all right?
and honestly, I feel like I could probably, yeah, you just can't do it with your mom. But my mom has gotten so much better. But there's the success. I think that the closest people around you in terms of success, there's nobody hindering me. There's nobody in my way. Everybody who I named is in my corner and wants to see it for me. Everybody who I named, for the most part, wants to see it for themselves, wants to have it for themselves, whatever their it is. And so I'm automatically inspired by that. I'm automatically feeling that Harlem energy by the people that I name, So I think it's that. Because success, we can go around in circles in what success looks like. That's going to be different for everybody. My version of success is not Mandy's version of success. Mandy is like, yo, I'm trying to be a corporate monster. I'm trying to gobble up some of these small businesses. Hadn't worked for me, and I'm trying to be on a beach somewhere chilling. As of right now, like that's her success is rooted in it's very much something that she can measure on paper. But in addition to that, she wants to feel freed up. She wants to feel healed. She wants to, she's on a whole other journey as well. So it's
Mindful Mandy journey. Let's fucking go. Coin it, Mandy. It's
going to be different. Even with you, it's going to be different. Your version of success might be different from mine.
I think it's just I think that what is valuable to me in this, what would you call this phenomenon, is the measuring, right? Like that there has to be, for me, everything has been quite, we'll see how it goes, or this would, rock, versus it being like, okay,
intention.
Success doesn't have to be for me, doing a corporate thing, blah, 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 blah. But it does require definition, even if, guys gonna laugh at your plans. But there is something in definition and measuring it and being strategic about building that, pursuing that, nurturing that, all the way down to relationships, which I often just assume is this super energetic thing and not this measurable thing. And being super, and also knowing that you can measure things without it being capitalistic, value. Mm-hmm. So for me, this is just news, and I'm wondering.
I think for you, go ahead. I won't cut you off. So sorry.
I'm wondering. I ain't got nothing to say. That's all. I'm curious.
I was wondering. I was like, wondering. I'm wondering.
She's just gonna try to string 3 words together.
Yep, I knew it. I was like, shut up. No, wait.
Whoa.
I think for you, it's about one, opening that trust thing, opening up a little bit more.
For me.
Maybe it is, but also I think seeing people who you're inspired by and you can form relationships. There's people that inspire you who I know of.
Who?
Should I say that? I mean, there was a person who you were inspired by that you actually worked with. It didn't work out in the end, but you did seek out a relationship with that
girl
person.
Been burnt. Maybe that's deep. Maybe that's what it is.
And that's part of it. I think you've been burnt. But also, how many times have I said to you, Katia, you being with Katia more? How many, like, you've got Yaba, you've got Maori, you've got people. And if you don't have these people, then find them. But I hear you speak about people, and you speak very highly about some of them. I can't remember their names. But I'm like, well, why aren't you in relationship with them?
But well, now I understand. I understand because it's because of
Renee.
It's because of my it's because I'm closed off in that way, and that's what I have to deal with.
But why are you closed off? That's what you got to get to.
Traumatized from my
Is that just
experiences,
or are you intimidated too? Because sometimes
it's not intimidation. It's maybe discomfort of the growing pains of a relationship. Relationships are just. Yeah,
I don't know.
I gotta be.
You gotta sit with that maybe, because I've heard you say, like, I don't know what to say to X person because they have this title or status or whatever, and it's like, girl, you probably one of the most engaging fucking people I know on this earth.
Well, you know what it is? It's my deep. It's who you want to be and who you think you are, right? And it's the space in between them. That's what it is. So I have to really sit with who I think I am, who I want to be, and just like you said, confronting, being honest about, and being courageous about bridging that gap and the reason that separates me. Because yes, there is a deficit on my end that I think is there, or that's just my default. And again, it's not a conscious thing. I don't wake up and be like, girl, you ain't shit. It's just when I really sit with my life and when I love this because it allows you to identify what is your actual foundation. Who do you want to be? Who do you think you are in this moment? And how do the people in your life and the choices that you make reflect that?
Can we do something annoying?
I hope it ain't a around the way affirmation, because
no.
Okay.
I want both of us to answer who we want to be versus who we actually think we are.
Okay, you go first.
No, I asked.
Yeah, whoever smelled the Delta, girl, go ahead now.
No, I really don't want to. Stop. This is your episode.
Who do I want to be? I want to be what I see in you. I want to be more, how would I describe it? Friendly, or more. I would like to be a more social person. I would like to have more authentic connections with people. I don't know if friendship is the word that I'm going for, because I don't know. We can't have it all. But I would like to be more engaged in pursuit of having all types of people in my life and having like authentic connections with them. And I would like for people to know that I value them more. I don't know that people feel that from me, and I would like to be more I would like to be that person more. I would like to be more strategic in my business, in the relationships that I build, in a way that's not opportunistic, but just like, I have this, you have this. Like the Hotep say, let's build, let's do this. I would like to, I don't know, I gotta think about that. This is me, like, this is like a right, I don't know.
No, it's just stream of consciousness. So who do you think you are?
I would like to be a person that creates and maintains efficient systems and processes. I would like to be confident in that. I think in this moment now, I think I am an attractive person and and I can draw people in, but I think I am always in fear of letting them down or disappointing people. And I think that I am disorganized. Mm. And I think I am these are all negative things that I'm going to. I probably have some positive things. I think I am I think there is safety and there's something not cool. Cool isn't the word. I value being cold in a way. I think that it like protective isn't the word. It is an ego trip. My coolness is an ego trip. And I feel like protection, saying like, oh, it's my protective measure is takes some accountability from me because it's like, oh, that's what I do to protect myself versus like, no, I am consciously cool. And it's like a ego or like a power thing that I need to be accountable towards and honest about and know that it is not helping me or anybody else. So, and I think that is what needs to break in order for me to be a person that is far more pursuing and outreaching and like, you know, reaching out to people. Vulnerable, I guess. Yeah.
That was amazing. If y'all caught it, then you caught it. If you didn't catch it, then you didn't catch it. Shati said not get canceled today. Wow, that's funny. I think who I want to be. I want to be more courageous. I want to be less self-editing.
Internet, less self-editing.
I want to be less, I guess, rigid in certain areas. Rigid when it comes to how things need to flow in order for success to happen. More imaginative. The main thing right now is just less afraid. And I just want to be less sleep. I just feel like I'm not sleep. That's not the right word. Just less dormant. There's something so dormant. And you won't know it looking at social media. You'll have no idea because you go out for an hour and you take a dope picture smiling, and then it looks like, oh, you're living a fucking life.
Yeah.
No, I'm 36 almost, and the rest of my life can't be like this. It can't. I won't last. I will not make it. I want to feel much more alive. And have space to do that. Have space, have time. And again, it could be a season, but this shit sounds not new. And I think the way I see myself, what is it? How you want versus how you see yourself, who you think you are. I think I'm somebody who is very responsible. I think I'm somebody who's misleading when it comes to the effects of that responsibility, the impact of that, when it comes to like joy. I think I'm somebody who's judgmental because of my own fear. I think I'm somebody who's very thoughtful because I don't want people to feel the way I do often. And so I want people to feel loved. I want people to feel thought of and appreciated and cared for. I think versus how I think I am. I think I come across as having it together. I think I come across as that, even though I'm a mess sometimes. I'm not a mess. I got some shit together on paper. But the internal shit is it's not even in shambles. It's unraveling the way you say. It's like you gotta do something. And I think I come across as, I don't know. I don't think
that wasn't that wasn't a part of the prompt. Come across.
What the fuck is the prompt?
Who are you and who you want to be?
Who I think
you're going into astrological signs. How I'm perceived in my.
Who I think I am. I'm sorry. Who I think I am. Who I think I am is, not who I want to be yet. Honestly, but I think who I think I am is I'm a work in progress. I think I am doing my best. I will say that. And I think that is probably what helps me sleep at night. But there's definitely stuff that keeps me up. I don't know. I think I'm doing something over here. I think I'm a good person. Flawed, but good. But then I get tied up in what good is. Because
tricky.
Yeah. Good is patriarchy. Dormant. So
dormant, what a great word. Well, do you feel excited? Not excited. Do you feel possibility in how?
Not yet, if I'm being honest. I don't feel any possibilities right now. And I think that's why I'm sad. I don't see the way out of what I've created for myself.
Do you think you sit with how do you think you allow yourself space to really sit with how you feel in a way that is not
just reactive
and judgmental?
No. I don't know. I don't know that I've had a lot of space to just sit, which is maybe why I need the trip to just go by myself and sit somewhere and figure it out.
Or just sit, but even the idea of figuring it out is like a goal-oriented, like, oh, I got to fix this thing. There's this thing, and by me doing this, I'm gonna get this other thing. Versus just
no, I don't think I have.
Mm-hmm.
But we gotta go because I gotta get on the road to come to Philly.
All right,
we got shit to do.
Peace to the gods, old and the new. Thank you all for listening. Thank you, Internet, for sharing all the things down.
You too, Sheila.
And
more questions and answers. This isn't a sad episode.
It's not sad. This is it. This is the work. This is the meat and potatoes. It's sitting, it's asking, it's digging just a little bit deeper. It's what is comforting to me is that this beautiful duality of like, yes, it's the woo-woo, but then it's also like, but you can measure these things. Like you can feel all these things, but they can be named and they can be changed through intentional decision making. But you have to be aware of it first, and then you have to like do trial and error, and you have to be detached from the goal of perfection or from it turning into this idealistic outcome versus like, all right, I'm just gonna fuck around and find out, but I'm gonna keep showing up, I'm gonna keep fucking around, and I'm gonna keep measuring and paying attention to myself in a way that values self-regard and is loving, not in a way like I don't like myself, but more like I can be better. I can do more and be more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, I gotta go. This coffee got me saying words. I was I haven't had a lick to eat, but I just drank a whole Vietnamese cold brew coffee, and
your vocabulary, I can tell that you're for
listening
real.
to Audible.
It's really good. I'm inspired. Yeah, absolutely. For real. I'm not lying. The amount, like, if you go back and listen to old episodes to us and how we would sit there and just have a whole ass 10-minute pause trying to find a word.
I think both of us, we're in our 10,000 hours right now. We put in the work, Internet. I don't care. I'm realizing that shit too. We're putting in work. This podcast is not for naught.
You just realizing that on episode 287, bitch.
Listen, I'm a slow learner. For real. But I'm really understanding, like, oh, okay,
we're building something from nothing, from an idea.
Real niggas. We really are. I'm proud.
All right, sit in that. Very good. I'm happy that you're realizing that.
And I know that is leading towards what we want. I hope you know that too. Your innermost desire for yourself, if your innermost desire is freedom, that's where you're directing yourself, even when it doesn't feel like it right now.
Really?
Absolutely. If that's what your innermost desire is,
I got to be more intentional about that.
If you add some attention to it, you quicken that shit up like crazy. But
I got to be, I'm telling you, here we go. I'm name dropping Mandy again. The power of Mandy's fucking tongue, the way she'll say something and then it'll be, I'm like, what?
Girl, you got that power too.
It's not even business. It's just like, I know, I only used it once.
I think you do. I think you just got to tap in a little bit, and you have to give yourself space. And you giving yourself space is deeply connected to your self-regard. It's connected to your self-regard. It's true.
Give yourself space.
It is
that? What does that mean?
You know what it is. It's taking yourself on a trip and not worrying about the money. It's doing the yoga classes or just sitting with yourself. It's writing every morning and journaling. It's doing the shit that you don't want to do that you know you should do. That is not connected to you being responsible and leading to some type of guaranteed safety in the future. It's like, oh, I know I should do this shit and I don't know what the goal is going to be. It's not connected to some measurable goal, but I don't want to do it. You do it anyway.
Okay, I'll find some time to add that on, all that. All right. I love you. I'll see you later.
See you in a few. I hope we'll be nice to each other.
I don't know. We'll see.
Do I want to see you in a couple hours?
First of all, I will be nice to you.
It's going to be a great day. I love you so much.
I love you too. Can you get the gift card? Or no? You don't have time? Like an online joint? I could do it. I don't have a printer.
It has to be a printer? Not them giving.
Print it out. How you gonna give it to him?
Possibly. I gotta go though. I'm disappointing children. Name of my game. See, that's what it is. I disappoint people because I'm not organized, and they're children. Fuck. Fuck. I gotta go.
Bye.
Do you just leave? That's it, right?
No, wait.